Hello, dear listener, and welcome to Zealand. The world in which we are playing in will go to some dark places. The content of this series will therefore be violent and dark in nature, so if you find yourself easily offended or are rather squeamish, please do look away.
Hey guys, gals, and legionnaires, Rycon here and welcome back to Zealand. This is Chapter 3, The Calm Before the Storm. So apparently there is a storm on the horizon for us, but we don't know what that storm is yet. It is currently midday and we're all in the farmhouse. Myself and Chloe are still feeling the effects of not only our mental wounds, but also our physical wounds that we came away from, from this encounter last time. We didn't have grievous wounds, but we had significant wounds that couldn't be properly treated. And if you don't treat your wounds, they stay around. And some of the wounds that we have, you can't just put a band-aid on. For example, my kidney and, well, the strangulation that I had last time, and your knee.
Like, the best I can do is just try to not lean on it, but I still got to walk around.
Exactly, yeah. So, unfortunately, even though they're significant wounds and they get removed after a session, because we can't really treat them, we just need to give time to them, essentially. Time for them to kind of heal, because last session really, the actual session itself took over, the space of about an hour. And I'm looking over towards our GM, Skulk, so I'm going to hand it over to you, Skulk, and we'll get underway.
Right. So the last chapter covered only about an hour and a half. So it's still only an hour and a half since you guys left Matt somewhere in the cornfields. Only about, 10, 15 minutes since the incident with the strangulation. And just for simplicity's sake, we're calling it 12 noon on June 25th. 2017, and just to give you a recap about what the climate's like, it's about, where is it now? So it's about 16 degrees, so it's fairly warm for a winter's day, partly cloudy with a slight breeze. So it's not too bad of a day, but you know that winter is still coming.
Winter is coming.
I tried hard not to, but yes.
So I have a quick question. I thought we were driving for quite a while, but we're only driving for 10 minutes?
It's a long, straight, easy road from on Google Maps, it's actually just like a 5-minute drive from where you are to the incident with the strangulation.
Oh shit, okay.
I gave you guys a good 15-minute drive with all the abandoned cars and things on the road.
And stopping to create our little horn trap.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was still beeping off in the distance when we drove away.
I used to just take longer to talk about it than drive it.
Yeah. Right. So in between last chapter and this chapter, we had a wee bit of a discussion about what you guys want to do while you're here. And in game, you'll be discussing that during lunch. Since you did say, since you guys are all here now, you guys just want to at least sit down, have lunch, have a meal, and everything we've discussed out of the game since the last chapter, that'll be you guys discussing those things together around the table having lunch.
Correct. So essentially discussing what our plan is going to be for the day, what we're going to be doing, where we're going to go, what places we want to check out, who's going to be staying behind and who isn't. And I believe the plan that we've come up with, if we want to go into it now, is that both myself and Chloe are going to be staying inside because we're injured, we're not feeling well, we need time to recover. So Chloe's going to be doing a little bit of searching around the house. Yeah. I'm going to be providing overwatch for these three who are going to be going out and scavenging around in the other properties. Obviously, this is our discussion that we're having during, our little lunch break that we're having now in game, having something to eat. We need to make sure that we take away those food units.
Yeah. With that note, because I think that at the very end of the last chapter, you guys did see that the kitchen of the recently deceased elderly couple you're now squatting in, it was fairly fully stocked.
Okay.
So it's none of your food units that you'll be taking from there.
That's cool.
All right. Well, in that case, I would imagine we would attempt to use perishable food, if there is any perishable food that's still good. Because I know the strange thing about this house is that it seemed like it's been about a week since anyone's been there. 2 weeks, because I can't remember who, but I think one of you got the bills.
Yeah.
The last letter was delivered 2 weeks ago. Nothing newer since 2 weeks.
I think it was like that, and like when we found out when like the rubbish was last taken out, or some shit like that. I think, yeah, things like that.
Yeah, so there might still be some food that's good, that's perishable. I imagine we would go for that first before doing anything else. So, yeah, so I guess let's have something to eat and we'll see where it goes from there.
I mean, I'm sure there'll be like plenty of stuff in the freezer and shit, you know? Like, I mean,
True.
if there's any bread, that's bad.
And the power is still on.
Yeah, and of course, it's always, always dinner. But the first thing that I remember you guys said, so you guys, when I first get the Wrangler that you parked in the big shed here with the boats and the quad bikes, you want to get that moved all the way to the little garage of the house. And while, I'm guessing, Triton, you're going to do that?
Yeah.
While you do that, Mary would ask one of you, probably Jake, since you've been driving as well, since she's seen you driving. I think you drove the fire truck, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I was the one that was
Well,
driving
he
the fire
did
truck.
that.
Yeah, but then when you got fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Drive
So she wouldn't ask you since you're a bit under the weather.
Yes.
So she would ask, you if you can move her car around as well, while she, gets into the kitchen and starts making you boys lunch.
Oh, that's nice.
She'll bang around with the pots and pans, get her kids to set the table and keep them occupied. And it's good 20 minutes, and she got like a whole bowl of pasta for everyone. She found some of those tomato sauce, pasta sauce things in there, threw whatever meat she could find from the fridge in there, cooked that all up. Because there's 5 of you, so there's 8 people to feed. So she should make a fairly big lunch. And while you're all eating lunch, you're discussing the plans for the day. So you want to spend, unless anything untoward's happened, you want to spend the whole night here to give Chloe and Rycon some time to recover. And on your drive, and you saw a few properties that you want to check out. So you want to check out this collection of buildings down here, the ones up here. Then the one further to the road, this looks like a shed or some batch pad. And then this house that you first considered going to, and then reconsidered after it was too close to the road. So you've got 4 buildings you want to look at, and so Nick, Triton, and Jake, you'll be taking the car to each property, the Wrangler, having a look at them, clearing them out. Well, first seeing if there's anyone living or dead or anything in between those 2 points in each of the houses, clearing them out, and then seeing if you can find what you want. And of the laundry list you gave me, I know food is clearly on the top priority, things to carry water, and then a few assorted items.
Yes. We do have something of a shopping list of things that we would like to find if we're able to find them, but we don't know yet. And I have talked to the others and come up with a plan for me providing Overwatch. We don't have walkie-talkies yet, and our cell phones have been unreliable at best. So we've come up with a plan. I have a red sheet, I believe it is. A red sheet.
Yeah, you found one like a red linen sheet in one of the cupboards upstairs.
And so the idea is from the second floor window on either side of the house that they're on, if I see someone coming down the driveway, I'm going to hang this sheet from the window. So occasionally they are going to be looking back up towards the main house and seeing if they see a red sheet fluttering out the window. If they do, they know someone is coming down the drive and to hide. Our basic idea that we've kind of come up with is that we don't want to initially engage with someone. We want to be able to watch from a distance before we decide to choose to talk to people, because we've already had someone steal our fire truck. We can't really blame them for doing that, but obviously we need to protect what's ours first and foremost. But it just gives us that element of, being in a little bit more control, because we know where someone is, they don't know where we are yet, or how many of us there are.
I kind of feel that like a red sheet is going to be really obvious. Like someone's.
I think that is the point. So
I know,
these
but
guys.
I mean, as in like if someone starts to approach the house, they're going to see the red sheet as well. Like,
They will.
Is that the point?
They will. They will be able to see it, but we will know for sure exactly where, that someone is coming down the drive. So everyone will know immediately to start looking. They might think that we're only in the main house, but these 3 are actually going to be in the first property.
Yeah, I mean, we have no other way to communicate, so...
Yeah.
And there needs to be
It
communication
needs to be bold.
there. So it needs to be there, so
Sure,
it's
yeah,
sort
of course.
it's catch-22, but
True.
That's all we can do.
I guess like something I would do while I'm searching this house, I would try and find like the Wi-Fi password. Like if it's in like some fucking drawer or some shit, and like a study maybe. Like I would keep that in mind. Like if we just found the Wi-Fi password, we could talk over Skype or some shit, and we could just say, "Hey, there's people coming over." Like that would be easier. So I would keep that in mind.
Well, you'd be able to
find
talk within the house, because if they're outside of Wi-Fi range of the other properties, they wouldn't have the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, true. I don't think that's true. Okay,
It's like when you turn a light switch on in a power cut, you just don't sort of think about it. You go,
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like if I have the internet, surely they all would.
And we can do that all with data anyway.
But the problem is that like the data out here isn't that great.
Yeah,
that's
so
why.
there's even like the normal cell range out here isn't of the base. It's
The internet would
spotty.
still be pretty crappy as well. Anyway.
I doubt they'd have broadband. Or if they do, they'd have like really crappy broadband.
But I suppose like okay, like that's put like a hole in my sails a bit. But I would still try to find it just because it would be helpful to have that anyway.
And also, while you're doing Overwatch Rycon, you want to have a look for some.
Sorry, I was miming eating again for our audio audience.
Really?
I was doing that was eating.
Oh, I had no idea.
Apparently, I had two forks though.
Why
There's two forks.
Oh well,
Yeah, you gotta eat real fast.
we are eating pasta.
Pasta, yeah,
You can
exactly.
do that with 2 forks.
Yeah, that's true. I don't give a fork. Do what I want.
Well, do you give a spoon?
Yeah, well maybe.
Okay.
Sorry.
So
yes.
yeah, so while you're doing, you want to look for some, like a coffee table, a small coffee table that you could just rip the legs off.
Yep.
And repurpose into a type of shield and
Yes. Yeah. Essentially. So I'm wanting to find either a leather belt, hopefully from the elderly gentleman who lives here, and use that to make straps on the back of a coffee table. Something hopefully larger than this, but not too heavy duty, because obviously I don't want it to be super heavy. But in an ideal world, something that's potentially torso length. Doesn't have to be anything massive. And failing that, if they have any serving trays. I can only just popped into my mind. They're elderly folks. They
Old
might
people
have
always
like
have.
a
Old
metal
people always
serving
have.
tray, metal serving tray. But that's what I'm looking out for in the house.
That would almost be better because they'd have like the little handles. You could loop the belt through that. Then just yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Sorry, the audio audience won't get that. I don't know how to even.
Miming a hand action type thing. Yes.
That's not.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Miming a hand action.
If
you know what
only
I
you
mean.
could see what Skulk's
See,
doing.
this doesn't even work for the visual audience.
No.
Why is it over here?
Because that's how. No. Anyway.
It curves weirdly.
Also, Rycon, you want to have a chat to Mary and the kids.
I do.
During this time. Anything specific you want to talk to them about?
Well, I guess while I'm looking out for them with my binoculars looking out, I would call Mary over to me at some point and say, "Hey, Mary," and call her over. Essentially, what I want to ask her about is, what does she have with her? I kind of share the basic idea that we don't actually have a lot of food, a lot of resources. We've got some water, and obviously we have water here, but it'd be nice to know what she has.
You would, since Jake drove her car up, you would find it out from Jake, probably over lunch, that they only have about 3 bags. It's like the kids all have a backpack, and she's just got a duffel bag, mostly just clothes. There's some dried food and some canned food in there, and like a bottle of water each. That's all they have.
Okay.
So they have substantially less than you.
Okay. I would also try to, I guess, as gently as I can, mention that I know last time we spoke, she talked about losing someone. And, every one of us now, we've all lost people so far, and that if she ever needs someone to talk to, I can listen, at the very least.
Okay. So, we'll do that before we get on to you guys. But while...
Was that while we're all having lunch? Or
No.
We're already gone by that time.
Yeah, so you're gone by
Doing
that time.
dishes.
I'll get to you guys. So Nick, Jake, Triton, you're already out scouting and scavenging, but they just do this. So roll a diplomacy check.
Okay, first roll of the game. And my diplomacy isn't super hot at the moment because obviously I am...
Yeah, so minus 15
Still-
from that
Yes.
grievous mental wound.
Yes, I'm still...
Right, and then also -6, right? Because we're tired, or is he not tired?
We actually haven't done a...
No, I'll do that in a second, but no, we'll do it after. No, Rycon's
not
got
tired.
0 sleep penalties.
I'm
really?
all good.
Yeah.
Zero.
Both of us.
he fine?
Both of us are hunky dory.
Yeah.
I mean, other than
Yes.
like
We actually
being
had a pretty,
strangled and
Yeah, true.
we had a pretty good sleep. Me and Jake actually we slept pretty well.
Yeah,
I was
because
I
that's
was a
yeah.
small spoon.
And in chapter 1,
Yes.
at Triton's house, they both
Yes.
had to sleep.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, yeah, true. Yeah.
Okay.
I
all
forget
right.
how short amount of time has actually passed.
So my diplomacy is 42. I'm going to be minusing that by 15.
27.
So I need to roll under 27. Okay. So this probably isn't going to go super duper well, but who
Probably
knows?
ask it really rudely.
64.
64. So you try to communicate to her that you're
Yes.
you're someone that she can confide in. It didn't go across as planned, and she gives a non-committal response like we'll see, I'll think about it.
Yeah.
But you can already tell that non-committal response was politely saying it's not happening.
Yes, that's good. I mean, people can be guarded, you know. I think sometimes you just need to extend the olive branch even when you are unstable, like myself.
Now I want you to do a perception check, and that'll be minus a 15, but plus 10 because of the circumstances.
So it's only going to be minus 5.
Yes.
Okay, so I've got 41 perception.
And Chloe, can you do the same thing? Because you're in the house as well. So perception minus 5.
Okay, 36. And I roll a 53. Okay, so still
I
rolling
rolled
pretty high.
85. My eyes just stopped working.
It's something about her that you two don't notice.
Okay, alright. Well, that's good. I'm glad. Hey, if we didn't notice it, I'm sure it's not important, right? That's how it works.
Maybe it's just like she's got regrowth in her hair and she's not actually. What hair color is she?
Brunette, right?
Brunette.
Dark brunette.
Dark brunette. Yeah.
Maybe she's not.
Yeah.
Maybe she actually has blonde hair.
She doesn't have the complexion to be blonde.
Yeah.
That's kind of rude, I think. Is that rude?
Or naturally blonde. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she has the complexion to be bottle blonde. Everyone does, but
That's fair.
okay. So for all of you now, you're right, Chloe. I should have done in the beginning. Roll a Constitution skill check, minus 9, and then minus your sleep penalties. So for Triton and Nick, that's minus 3, and for Chloe, that's an additional minus 6.
Okay.
40 over.
Yeah. And just say pass or fail.
Fail, Moosbury.
Ah! I rolled a 5.
Pass.
What the hell?
Nice. Minus 9, did you say?
4 over.
Yes, minus 9.
Minus 9 for me? Okay.
So Constitution minus 9. So who passed?
Me.
You two? Right.
I'm feeling great.
Well, ish.
Oh, yes, I roll a 10.
Okay, so Rycon, even though you've been battering, you don't quite. Sleep deprivation is not one of your issues.
Well, I imagine I've still got some adrenaline kind of kicking about still after my near strangulation.
Yeah. So for those of you who failed, you now have an additional minus 3 sleep penalties.
Oh,
So for Triton, you're now at minus 6, and Jake, you're now at minus 3. So
Guess
that-
who's doing the night
minus
shift? Yeah,
The ones who wanted to sleep.
yeah.
So is that for everything, is it?
Everything other than things like luck and wealth.
Right.
Yeah. But your mental and your physical your skills, they suffer due to your lack of sleep.
So yes.
But you're at minus 3, so you're just feeling it. So, right. So with making lunch and having lunch and talking about what you want to do for the day, that we'll say by about 1 o'clock, you three gents that are going out scavenging, you're now ready to go out scavenging. So just to recap, you've got 4 properties. 1, 2, 3, 4. In any order you want to take them?
Probably the back one first to make sure that.
This back one, or
Yeah, sorry, that one there, down there.
this, then
So,
probably that one.
Yeah, just
Then
so
this one.
we're clearing our back,
Yeah.
so nothing can come up from behind us,
Right.
and then just move forward. Yeah.
Okay. So also, during lunch, you'd say that you wanted to make sure that everything is safe and you take your time. You're going to be here the whole day anyway. So for the 4 houses, you're gonna spend 4 hours checking all of them out. So by 5 o'clock, by the time the sun is setting, then you'll come back, drop off everything you did find, and then carry on through the night.
Just a thing before we would leave. You're saying there's a decent amount of food, and that we just chuck some stuff in our bag. So if we had to leave instantly, we've got something.
Oh yeah. So
Good idea.
right. So
Like baked beans or spaghetti. Or...
So we'll say
Well, we had 24 units of food starting off.
that was in the Wrangler. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was in the Actually, 25. I lied. 25 non-perishable units of food. You have 2 nanas in your backpack.
It's not a thing we say in New Zealand. Don't
Nanas?
pretend like it is.
Oh, we totally say nanas. I'm calling it now.
We say it. Bananas.
Bananas. Okay.
Bananas.
Okay. All right.
You just have 2 bananas.
2 bananas and water.
You would know this. You gave it to him.
Yeah.
You'd think so. You'd think I would know this. Okay, so how much would you just like a couple of cans of canned food
Yeah,
each?
literally just probably like just a couple. So if we do have to leave, it's like
So we'll say yeah. So for each of you, just you 3.
I'll do it for me, and I'll suggest everyone else do it.
All right. So you grab yourself 2 cans of food. So you've got 2 food units on you. Extra. Just note that down somewhere.
I'll do the same as well.
And we'll say everyone grabs themselves 2 food units of canned food and just puts it in their backpacks or.
I think maybe
Two
me and
non-perishable
Scott would
things.
do a bit more, just because we're not the ones going out and searching. They need more room, so they're only
Yeah,
do
look,
2.
yeah.
Well, that's what we're taking the Wrangler. So
Yes. If and when you do after all the scavenging, you want to come back and then say, all right, now let's collect all the food in this house. Then I'm guessing we'll sort out how much food you will actually be taking along
How
with
should I mark this down? Like, if 1 can is 1
Food unit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. NPF.
I just-
Non-perishable
yeah,
food.
whatever it is, it's just
So you 3 that are going out scavenging. So we're taking the bottom one first. And since all 3 of you are at the same location doing the same scavenging, we say we're taking your highest scavenging and your lowest luck rather than the other way around. So that'll
It just works out to me.
both of you. Right. So for food and things to carry in water, just roll scavenging. Jake.
So Jake is the scavenging lead for this mission.
Which is
So
the
plus
investigation check.
plus 45, I think. Hang on, let me just pull up the rule book to see how much the rural areas do give you.
So you're doing an investigation check first.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Almost there. So to scavenge in rural areas. So for non-perishable. Oh no. So. All right. So hang on. Plentiful. It's plus 30 for perishable. So we'll give you plus 30 for perishable foods.
Alright, so I have an investigate of 65.
Yeah.
And I rolled 3.
Oh, fantastic.
Wow.
Okay, so
Sherlock freaking Holmes.
okay, so in this house you find you find definitely perishable foods. Now roll luck to see how much perishable foods you do find.
85.
Do I get a bonus to my luck?
No.
Yeah, I lost by like 50.
Right. You do find perishable foods. You find
Half.
2 apples. So there's 2 food units there for
2
you.
really fresh apples.
2 really fresh apples.
Yeah.
2 perishable food units that we can mark down so we know that we have them.
Do we have like a... Because I'll write what I have on me, but do we have a piece of paper for general items?
We have our group one, which is that document, but we'll keep a list of everything we find just there
Yeah,
because
we
you
can
are
do-
the scavenging lead. So
You can be the
Maybe
list
during like a break we might add it to 1 sheet.
Yeah. yeah, we'll reference them if we need it.
And then just roll luck to see for how much of your laundry list at this location you do find. Pass or fail?
Fail. But close.
But how close?
8.
8. All right. So who among you were looking for a beanie? I think Jake, you did,
Yeah.
right? Was anyone else in need of a beanie?
I didn't specifically ask, but I know that you.
I would have liked one, I guess.
Okay, but would you have discussed this when you guys were around the lunch table? Say, I want to go out and find
I
me.
don't want to Rycon too much, but like if it came up while we were talking, I sort of sure. Like, if you find one, I wouldn't mind.
Right. So you find 2 beanies and you find yourself an old-fashioned wristwatch. It seems to be ticking, but from looking at your phone, it's showing the complete wrong time.
Okay, I'll change time and put the
Oh
watch
yeah.
on.
yeah.
Put the watch on.
Right. So from your laundry list, you find 2 beanies and a watch.
Maybe your phone's
And I
on
put
at
the
the wrong
radio
time.
on.
Oh yeah. Might be your phone. Yeah, the watch might be right. Your phone's wrong.
Could be.
Okay. So, looking through all of the things there, that takes about a whole hour. And what you do notice is the place did seem to have been cleared out. There is no, with this one, this does seem to be maybe some like the farmhands place they live. the drawers were all open. Very few items of clothing. Things were like, well, either they left in a hurry or this place has been ransacked in the few hours since the apocalypse happened. It just seemed that someone was here and they got the stuff.
I mean, that's not weird. We saw 2 dead bodies, so. Yeah.
It's not the weirdest
It's not
thing.
like that's really weird.
And I mean, yeah, the door was open. There was no car there. It looked abandoned.
Right.
The building's up here. So roll again a scavenge for your food and water.
Investigate.
Oh, yeah, investigate. So for
Do I get any bonuses?
yep, plus 30.
Alright, so pass by like 30 something.
All right, now roll luck to see how much you did find.
10.
10.
100.
You rolled 100.
No, I rolled 10. Is
Oh,
it
you
10?
rolled 10.
It's
Yeah,
10, yeah.
10. So how much under?
So that's like 22 under.
Okay, fantastic. So you found 10 non-perishable food units, 6 perishable food units, and you found the equivalent of 6 bottles that could hold up to 6 liters of water between them.
Sweet.
How much non-perishable? 10.
10 non-perishables, 6 perishables.
Yeah. And 6 litres of bottles.
Equivalent to yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So one might
Does
have
it
been a
matter how
small...
it divides? Because I mean, in terms of giving people.
Yeah, so we'll get to, like during the break, we'll figure exactly that. But they range from like a 2-liter bottle to all the way down to someone just like you just found like a 300 milliliter old like pump bottle, that sort of thing. So there's a handful in between there. Right. After that find that you guys were happy. Now roll luck for your laundry list.
Okay.
95.
95. All
Oh,
right.
you lose the beanie.
Yeah.
It disintegrates.
Okay. Nick, can you just roll me luck?
Thank you.
But it's not to find stuff. This is from what you did find.
67.
All right.
That's not a pass.
Okay, so you were looking for a swan dry. You did find a swan dry. Unfortunately, it is a child-sized swan dry.
What's a swan dry?
That nice bush, you know
farmer
those
jacket,
flannel bush jackets, like with the chick
Is
design?
it like child size as in like baby or enough for the kids?
It'll fit one of the kids.
Are you a New Zealander?
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
I
know.
I've
never heard of
that
a swan
term
dry?
before.
Swan dry.
Like I know what they are. I've never heard them called that as well.
Yeah.
Remember, what was his name? Storm from Howie
Storm?
College? Chris.
Yeah.
You know that he always came in that blue or red check jackets to school?
One time it came as LEG.
Yeah, and one time he did come as Ali G.
And
Remember the guy from Beachlands who punctured his lung?
Yes.
he was running in a marathon or whatever.
Yeah, he fell
punctured
over.
his lung and kept running and came third or something.
I know.
It was insane.
I
Okay.
vaguely remember some blue coat he wore. I didn't
Yeah.
know it was named after a swan.
And so that's our long-winded explanation of
For
Coast.
swan dry.
Sorry, I don't mean to sidetrack. I was just like,
It-
what's a swan something?
So it's still. I mean.
Yeah, if it's going to fit something, definitely bring it back.
Okay. So this is about 2 o'clock, and Rycon, as you see them drive down the road to the third property, you and Chloe, since Chloe will say at this point you're downstairs having a look around, the kids are, Josh and Jim, they're just in the lounge, both on handheld devices.
These days.
And you
The
two,
Game Boys
yes.
in there.
So everyone in the house hears a thud, as if someone on the second story has fallen over.
I immediately stop whatever I was doing and I rush upstairs.
The kids follow. You'll be there first.
I'm on the second floor.
You're right. You didn't fall
You
over.
fell down.
You didn't fall over.
He's like, what?
Well, because I mean, I got some pretty bad scratches last episode, and in character, I am certainly concerned because we don't know how this infection works yet. We don't know if it's kissing them that does it, or if it's.
Sorry,
Well, we did.
it's your first?
I was kissing distance to him, but no, we don't know what does it yet, and obviously I've been scratched, and so have you. But
Right, so as you turn around to where the flash, you know like the room Mary put her bags in?
yes,
As you go in there, and like a few seconds later, Chloe, Josh and Jem will get there, you find Mary unconscious on the ground, having collapsed.
Classic Mary.
Classic Mary.
okay, Mary's collapsed.
Scott, I think there's something about Mary.
Well done. Okay, all right. Well, I actually take off my jacket with my comic arms because okay, I take it off.
It does take a while since you did take
Yes,
those
I
comic
did take
books.
them on. I put it. So you say the room that she's in. So there's a bed, right?
Yeah, it's a single bed. It was one of the spare rooms.
guest
You assume this old couple kept let their kids come visit.
Okay. I say to the boys. I say just stay back for a second. Make sure we give her air. And I go over towards the window and try
put
and
my
open
arms.
it.
Yeah, they're fairly panicky about Mum like being on the ground.
How old are they again? Like, 12 and 10, right?
Yeah, James is 12, Josh is 9.
Oh, okay. Well, like I do try like, God, like it's okay, boys.
Right.
We'll take care of her. Don't
Roll
worry.
diplomacy.
Fuck me, that was a bad idea. Okay. 33 minus 15, right?
Yeah, 18.
Minus 18.
No, you have to roll under an 18.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry. 84.
Is it 8 in it at least?
84 and a punch on the microphone.
I can't shut the fuck up.
That's how it comes across. You think you're saying, it'll be fine, it'll be fine.
I just use like the wrong tone.
Yeah.
Like,
You're
I
actually,
glare at
yeah,
him.
she'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
She'll be fine.
And
boy.
it's just making these kids far more panicky and like, and there's the, high, not quite screaming, but quite agitated noises coming from these kids. But Mum, where's Mum on the ground? Oh, please help Mum, Lord. Just like, and then you start pushing against you, trying to get past.
Well, I'm 28, so.
Yeah, I mean, like you can hold them, but I mean, a struggle is ensuing. Well, Rycon, you want to do what?
I went over to open up the window to like get air and ventilation.
Right.
Okay, so I go over towards Mary.
She's like face down on the ground.
Face down. Okay, all right. So as I approach, like I keep one hand out towards her, but I also have one hand like kind of to the side on my belt where my hatchets.
The kids are going bananas when they see your hand going back to the hatchet. Roll might.
Okay. So
No, roll might.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna grab, but
No,
it's like
that's
in
not
the
the point.
region. Yeah.
It's
Yeah, in the
obvious
region.
what it's all because they're behind you, mate.
Might
So
is-
they're obvious like your hand going
Sorry,
down.
do I get a penalty on might?
Oh, no. Oh, wait. For your sleep, yeah. So
Well, right, like
yeah.
just a sleep.
yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
so it's a sleep. That's
20,
minus. What's your sleep penalty?
26. I mean, like I have to roll under
Plus
26.
22. That's so 46.
28.
All right, so you
But
successfully.
plus, yeah.
So
Succeed?
you
Okay.
successfully hold these kids back, but they're now really agitated. They want to get to mum. They think Ryko's going to kill their mum.
I don't know if you want to do a roll again for this, but I do again try to calm them down.
Yeah, it's not working.
Yeah, I don't think
And
so.
as I'm kind
But
of going
would.
closer, I'm going shh, 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 and I'm keeping my eyes towards her. I pick up my jacket that's on the bed, and I just I hold it out in this hand. So I've got one hand here, one hand on the jacket like that, and I lean over towards Mary, and I start saying, Mary, Mary, Mary.
No response, but you can hear laboured breathing from her.
Yeah.
And as you look around, you can see her face is fully flush red.
Scott, get up onto the bed.
Okay.
Scott.
I'm gonna need help. Actually, I'll be able to do it myself. I'm fine. Because I'm weakened, right? So I'm not 100%. I was strangled out a few moments ago.
Okay. I boys, I'm just gonna help get your mum onto the bed so we can take care of her. Can I make a diplomacy roll for that?
No. So what do you do?
I start trying to hold them back because I walk into the room.
All right. So you turn around to go in.
Yeah.
They run past
That's
you.
fine. I
go
expected that.
Yeah. And they go to mum and like they push you almost out of the way and try they try to like communicate with their mum, talk to them and yell at her. And
Okay, so at this point, I step back and I go, do you want to do this, or do you want to let us do this?
I turn to Scott and remind him they're 12 and 9.
Yeah, and this is an emergency. You need to get back away from your mum now if you want her to be okay. We're trying to help her here, and you're not helping. Go, side of the room, now.
Boys, please, we're just trying to help. I guess we're playing the good cop.
Good cop, bad cop.
Yes.
all right.
Yes.
The kids do look very frightened at you, and they do back, but they don't shut up. Please don't hurt my mum. Please.
I'm
don't
not
hurt my mum."
going to. I'm trying to help her. We need to get her onto the bed first and make sure that she's okay. She's not doing fine when she's on the ground like this.
I grab her by her legs and Scott, that's...
Looks like you're trying to take it.
Okay, alright.
What a thick neck she has, and this is...
Okay, so I do go towards her and I start trying to move her over.
All right. As you roll her onto her back, you do see her eyes open, but like her eyes just like rolling up to her head, and she goes.
Okay, alright, well, I attempt to lift her, and at the same time, I'm going, Mary, can you hear me? Mary.
Okay. You with your injuries and everything, you do struggle to get her onto the bed.
Yes.
But you do make it. There seems to be no coherent response from her. Like her eyes are just rolling around. You can hear her like mumbling and things, but you can't make out. It just seems like garbled gibberish.
I say to Scott, I sort of like nod and say forehead.
Yeah. So I as we get her onto the bed, I do feel her with the back of my hand, her forehead.
Oh, Ed, you could fry an egg on there.
Okay. All right. At this stage, I look towards Chloe and I say, "Okay, boys, we got to get out of the room. Okay, all right. Your mum's not feeling well. We need to make sure that you're okay as well. So we just need to let her sleep for a little bit. That's all. She just needs to rest. It's going to be okay."
All right, roll diplomacy. Minus 15.
45. My diplomacy is 42, but
Minus
that.
They
no.
refuse to bite. They want to stay with their mum since she's sick.
I'm just.
Okay, hang on. I'm just trying to think for a second. Okay. Well, if they don't move, I say, "Look, okay, your mum's got a bit of a cold at the moment. If you stay in here with her as well, you're going to get sick and you're not going to be able to help her. So, you're big enough to make that choice for yourselves. If you choose to stay, you're probably going to get sick and you're not going to be able to help your mum get better. That's on you."
No, especially Josh the younger. He doesn't want to move. He'll stay with his mum. He wants to stay with his mum.
Okay, alright.
The older one, what's his name? Jim. Why is everyone looking at me like I'm going to try and kill this kid?
Well,
Jim?
1.5 hours ago. Yes. Well, no, by this time, what is it, like 3.5 hours ago, you did try and kill a kid.
Time before.
Maybe. His name's Jim? Yeah. That's it. Jim, do you want to help me get a bowl of water and some towels to help out your mum?
He thinks it over and he's like, all right, yes, he'll come help you.
Cool, okay, thank you. And like, as we leave, like, I give Scott a nod, like, try and get the other one out.
Yeah.
I don't say that, obviously.
Yeah.
What's that nod? How does it...
I just go
well,
like...
it'd be like a...
Yeah, like...
like a...
Sorry, for the people who are listening, I did a nod.
Okay, it was a great nod.
Alright,
It's a great nod.
Very
Okay,
real.
I get my jacket, I put my jacket back on, and James is his name, right? I heard.
No, Jim left with Chloe.
So
Josh.
What's Josh?
Josh, the
Okay.
younger one.
Okay, so I say, okay, Josh, we need to make sure that we give your mum air. She needs to be able to breathe. We're going to need to back away a little bit. The window's open, that's going to help keep her cool, but Chloe's going to be back in a second, and Chloe's going to bring some things that we can help cool her down. She's just really, really hot right now.
Okay, he takes one step backwards.
Okay, alright.
Start.
Good kid. Okay.
So I guess we don't have to play this out, but like I would just get to like a bathroom, fill like a bowl with like some cold water and get some hand towels.
Yeah, you'll have to go to the kitchen for bowls and things, but
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
but yeah, so
And
Rycon?
I get Jim to like carry the towels for me.
Okay.
So between so until until you get back, what do you want to do, Rycon?
Okay, so where I am in the room, I think next thing that I would do at this point is, because I've still got this t-shirt wrapped around my face, I'd kind of lift it up for a second and I'd just feel around my neck again and kind of feel the pain and feel where those scratches are, and then I would kind of feel my own forehead to see if I'm feeling hot at all. I know I've been exerting myself a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean you do feel warm, but it's always harder to tell with yourself. So you do feel warm.
Yeah, I know. And so I think at this stage, a little bit of my own panic would start to set in with the idea that I felt like maybe she had been scratched before, she had some kind of mark. And I think it's at that point when I start thinking about that I would decide to move towards her. And I'm looking back towards the door. Can I hear Chloe moving around in the house at all?
Down below on the first floor,
Okay.
yes.
Alright, so I approach her and I don't kind of say anything. I'm just saying to Josh, I'm like, just make sure that we still give her some air, okay? One of us at a time. You can come and see her again in a second. So he's just taking a step back from her, essentially, right?
Yeah, so he's only like one step away.
Okay, so I move towards her, and I kind of like just, I take, it was her left arm, right?
Her left arm that she was scratching.
Okay,
well,
alright.
rubbing
so,
really.
Yeah, I guess I would come across the bed then, in that sense. No, left arm, around the other side. And I would just take her hand, and I would just like attempt to start to like lift up.
She's wearing one of those big puffy jackets, so so it'll be hard to like push it much further
than kind of up to here. Okay, well, I mean, I guess I would try to do it, and if I started feeling like resistance, I would say to Josh, I'd say, Has your mum hurt herself at all? Has she got, did she get like a cut or anything like that? I just need to make sure that she's not bleeding or anything like that. Do you know if she got injured at all?
Roll diplomacy. He's going to give you a response. I just need to know how much of a response he's going to give to you.
Okay. Okay, 23. And my diplomacy is 42 minus 15.
What would you say? 42 minus 15 is 27. Yeah. So, oh yeah, you did.
Okay, I got there just. I finally succeeded a diplomacy roll. Yay.
It'll be your only one.
Okay, I got the badge.
He does tell you that, he says Dad hurt her when we left.
Your dad did? Yeah, and your dad was... He was aggressive?
He was very angry, Josh says.
Yeah, how long had your dad been like that for?
Only last night.
Okay, was he sick before then?
Yeah, but he got better.
Okay, alright. Well, maybe she will too.
That's terrifying.
Maybe she will too. I'm sure that's reassuring him.
I look towards the door. Does it have a look? Does it have a lock on it at all?
Not from the... No, it's just there's no locking mechanism on either side of that door.
On the other side, okay.
Alright, you hear footsteps on the staircase coming up.
Okay, alright. I do back away again, and I kind of just move back to the other side of the room.
Sorry, I'd try and ask the same thing too, I guess, while me and Jim are getting these towels in the bowl. What I would probably also think independently to ask, like, has your mum gotten hurt at all?
Roll diplomacy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't know about the arm, but that would have been able to ask about that. My diplomacy, 33 minus...
8, so you have to roll under 18.
Fuck. 40.
He just shakes his head.
Okay.
Doesn't give you a response.
Okay. I don't push him.
Okay. You walk it, so down the stairs. Problem solved.
Yeah, so I would back off, and I would actually just be kind of lost in thought at the moment. And I think I'm panicking more about myself than anything, because I'm like, if she's been scratched, I've been scratched, and there's a high chance that I could be in the exact same boat that she is.
And as you mull that over, Chloe and Jim walks in with bowl of cold water and some tea towels.
Okay.
Bowl, right?
Yeah, a big bowl.
Yeah.
I do,
like a mixing bowl. I'm guessing it was like a mixing bowl filled with water.
When you do come in, and it's Jim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you see if your mum hears you at all?
Jim, right?
Say Jim, yeah. And I kind of go close to Chloe, and I go real close, right in against your ear, and I whisper, "She got attacked by her husband. He was infected. It's her left arm. She's got a fever."
Okay, I whisper like... So, okay, I whisper...
Yeah, sorry, I should have said that a little louder.
Are you sure that he was infected?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, okay, I just give like a nod. Then I asked Josh if he'd like to help me put a wet cloth on his mum's head. Okay,
so you are now specifically talking to the younger one.
Yeah, well, didn't he just ask Jim to go?
Yeah, so Jim is like mum, and she's...
Oh, Jim is? Oh, okay, then I would ask Jim, do you
want
want
to help you with the tea towel?
With this, yeah. Like I'm trying to get them sort of calm down by like letting them help us take care of her. So I I wet the tea towel and I asked him if he could put it on her head for me.
He does.
Cool.
And
I know this isn't going to help.
And she does shiver like when it is put on. So you do see there is a response to stimuli.
Cool. I'm like literally facing hands now because I've just realised she cooked us all lunch as well.
Okay, if we all get infected because of that, that's lame.
Hey, you never know.
In game, you don't know.
No, exactly. I think a million things are whirring through my head right now, and it's at this point that I take out my phone and I check the time.
Okay. As you do check your phone, you see that something has like a notification has popped up on your phone, like the data that eventually got through.
I unlock.
It is a notification from Facebook, and you see that Charlotte has... Oh, wrong folder. Charlotte has posted something on her wall.
Posted?
Yeah. It seems to be a video message, an audio message.
Oh God, I hope this works. I'm not sure if anyone can hear this, but my name is Charlotte Dugdale Wright. I'm stuck in my apartment at 435 Richmond Street West. I need help. I need someone to come and help me at this address. I don't know what to do. I think I'm surrounded. I can hear noises everywhere. Please. This is a message from my husband, Scott. Ever mine. Ever mine. Ever ours.
I'm guessing you didn't know that.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know you did that, you sly bastard.
Holy shit.
Holy fuck. Oh god, okay.
I would hear that too, right?
The kids would hear that as well in their room. And dead silence falls.
I would leave the room.
Okay, I know you don't have anything planned, but I would also check my phone.
I leave the room and I walk downstairs.
Alright. Roll luck.
Oh boy.
That's so good.
87. Fuck. I would try in vain to get in touch with Ash again, but I assume nothing happens.
Until further notice.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I walk downstairs.
Fuck, that was cool.
I open the front door and I walk out the front door.
Alright.
So you'd hear me storm down the stairs, front door open, front door slammed.
Any specific direction? Towards where's my mouth? Towards where the guys have gone, or to the west?
I know. No, just out the front, like outside.
Oh, just fresh air.
Just like outside fresh air, just like deep breathing.
Okay.
Tell the boys, look, just stay with your mum, okay? And I go after him.
Okay. Alright. Eugene's scavenging
Yeah, back to us.
at this little shed. Roll luck, but with this time roll scavenging for food and water, but this time only plus 10 because it is a tiny place.
So plus 10 to my investigator is 45, and I rolled 14.
Okay, so roll luck to see how much food and water is in here.
That's where it falls, but I have 32 luck, and I rolled 20.
Oh, fantastic! So you found like this whatever's in here. You found 8 cans of baked beans, and an old bottle of pump, 1 liter bottle of pump.
Full?
It's full. It's sealed.
Pump is a water brand in New Zealand.
It's made by
those who
Coca-Cola.
don't
I'm sure it's in the.
know. It probably is worldwide. Oh, that's my that's my innocence there showing.
Right. And now luck to see if your shopping list.
Do they have S1 coats?
55, so well over.
Well over. I'm just going to do a little roll. Right, you found a pair of hiking boots, and it'll fit either one of Triton or Jake. So I mean, you both do have the same size feet, I'm guessing. Yep, it'll fit you guys. Well, one of you. It's yeah. Pair of male hiking boots.
I say they're all yours. I've got good boots.
Between the hiking boots would be better for the hiking side.
What size are they, sorry? I know I'm not there.
Jake size.
Jake size. So I'm size 13.
Size 84. Oh, actually, clown.
Clown car.
Well, I wouldn't put them on there,
Yeah.
but they'd go on the car, definitely.
What sort of shoes have you got in game? I'm just curious.
The ones I got up there, just those boots I have. Shoes, sorry. Shoes. It's still cap shoes though.
Okay.
You're not there.
I'll deal with that when we
Yep.
get back because I'm probably going to ask for those.
Okay. And then
Shitty Converse.
before we get for your last one, going from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, before we get back to the ranch, and what's going on there? One more investigation check for plus 30 for food and water.
Oh my god. I want to go the other way around. So I rolled a 6.
All right, luck to see how much.
These hot dice.
Get out. 87.
87, yeah.
You find a can of spaghetti based before 2 years ago. And you find a water bottle with a hole in the bottom.
Cool.
I just just imagine you're like, hey guys, look at this. Look what I
It's
found.
like it's fucking. There's like the last few drops is like drip out.
Someone made a bong out of this. Look.
It's so funny because like you keep like you find shit. It's just crap. Like every time this has happened.
Like, yeah, we found nothing. And that's how you guys would really like. Jacob would be like, oh, I found food. Like, oh yeah, damn
It's
it.
an apple.
One apple, one old can of spaghetti,
I found a tube now. It's a tube now, I suppose.
and then just luck for your laundry list.
13.
And what's your luck?
32.
32.
Neat.
Right. So you found some some first aid kits. You found 3 compasses in this house. Who was looking for the workman pants again?
Me.
Who the fuck is 3 compasses?
You said this seems
Yeah, multiple people in the
yeah.
house.
This is like a 5-bedroom house. Like it's
Okay,
actually
yeah.
pretty big. Workman's pants. The farming coveralls that you were looking for, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, you found a 3-man tent.
Nice.
The coveralls, workman pants, and a 3-man tent.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with all those things stuffed in the Wrangler, you see the sun starting
Sorry,
to.
it's not even me in this tent.
You see the sun starting to set,
That's fair. That's fair.
and you head back. All right. One
Wow,
thing.
that's cool.
All right. You did tell me that you wouldn't really respond to cars moving along the road.
We wouldn't like ignore
You
them,
wouldn't.
we would hide
You
and
wouldn't.
observe.
Yeah. You wouldn't go get them. And in this 4 hours, you were scavenging. You did see, like a small convoy that headed south. So came from the Kiowa side and drove south. It was about 6 cars and 6 cars, like SUVs, pickups, and like normal sedans that just sped their way down. And this happened about just as you were like inside the shade, so about 4 o'clock. Now, before we get on to what happens as you drive back to the farmhouse, we just go back 2 hours. And Rycon and Chloe, Rycon's outside getting fresh air. You hear the front door open again, and Chloe walks out.
So, like, I just had this funny thought. Like, imagine if we went to check the video and someone had done like a sad react to it or something.
Oh, the one on Facebook.
Yeah, the Facebook video, just a few people got sad react.
I mean, like someone just like responded, "GG, easy."
Oh dear. Okay, so yeah, I'm outside.
Okay.
I'm just looking out towards like the. Actually, I'd probably more be looking out towards the sea that I can see. Out in that direction.
Yeah,
just
so
not looking for anything in particular,
Yeah.
but just looking at the
Just
distance.
staring.
Yeah.
Out.
Yeah.
Okay. I come up behind him, I put my hand on his shoulder, and I say, Facebook doesn't auto-upload, so she would have had to upload that, so she's probably still okay.
Yeah, you're right. The chance is there.
That came out very, like, blunt. I probably said in, like, a more soft tone of voice than that, but I was like, hey, look, she's probably fine, because she'd have to press send on that.
We need to do something about Mary. I know, there's definitely something about Mary.
Definitely
No,
something.
okay, so I try as best I can to just kind of recenter myself. And I say, we haven't seen it happen to anyone yet.
No.
But
We might be about to, I suppose.
their father got better. He got better before he went. And
Well,
they
wait.
wouldn't tell me. I didn't know if Mary
He
had been
got-
sick before, but Mary could have been good. This could be her good period.
He got better?
Yeah. Like
How do you
as
know
in
he
was
was infected
sick.
then?
He was sick. I asked if he was sick before, and he was sick like the others had been.
But
The
then he
kid
got
said
better.
he got better. Yeah. Like everyone else, everyone seemed to just be, well, coming through the cold, coming through the other side of it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's the same. I don't know if it works exactly the same each time. But I know that she was scratched. She was hurt on her arm by... It could be worse. It might not be a scratch. She could have been bitten. I don't know. I don't know how any of this works. We could be. Me and you. We could be time bombs.
How are you feeling, Scott?
I'm feeling warm. But it could be from...
I put my hand
Lifting
on his
them.
forehead.
He is warm.
Like, just warm, not like egg frying warm?
No.
Okay.
For a
Can you feel my forehead?
for a mild, yes. Chloe's not as warm, but I mean, like, you're. This is a mild winter's day, and you're both wearing jackets, so.
So it's not like it doesn't seem that out of the ordinary. Obviously, you can't really say, but like
You're. I mean, adrenaline is rushing, so I mean, you both were like, oh crap, no, he's feeling warm.
but not okay. Like I suppose, like how warm was Matt? Like he doesn't feel anywhere near that.
Matt was egg frying warm as well.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's become like the phrase that we're using for this now.
Well then I feel you. I'm like, look, we're okay for now, but we know
We
as
need
far
to keep an eye.
Yeah, but look, there's something might happen before the others get back. We can't go chasing after them now. I think we need to go back and we need to get the kids out of the room. Like, no matter what, we need to get them out. And we can't lock that room either, so we need to try and find a way to...
Just saying, the door opens inwards into the room.
Yeah.
So you can't just put a chair in front of it from the outside.
Okay, alright, let's go back inside. I've got an idea.
Okay,
I'm sure she's fine.
back in the room.
As you're saying, like, I'm sure she's fine, I'm saying, no, she is going to die. She's going to turn and she's going to eat those children unless we do something.
No, I mean, Charlotte.
Thanks.
I'm sure she's fine.
Thanks.
Okay, we head inside.
Back in the room, in Mary's room, you see that Josh is now on the bed cuddling his mum. No, yeah, Josh, the younger one. James is just sitting on the chair in the room next to the bed.
Boys, how's she doing?
Josh doesn't reply, and Jim just goes,
I remove. I mean, I kind of like keep my distance a little, but I like take the cloth off her forehead and I feel her head again.
still egg frying warm.
I re-wet the cloth just so they see I'm trying to help, even though I'm not really. So, boys, look. I don't think your mum's gonna get any better if you guys are in here, and you guys might get sick. Do you wanna just at least get away from her a bit? Josh, like, I'm really sorry, but...
Josh goes, no, I'm staying with Mum.
Look, you can stay in here if you want, but just... It's not safe for you to be as close as you are, Josh.
If you get sick as well, buddy, it's not going to help your mum.
Yeah, I mean, if she gets better and then you're sick, she's going to have to take care of you as well, and... You don't want to put that stress on her, right?
Roll diplomacy.
Do we get any kind of bonus for how well I said that?
Nope.
118, 67.
No, he's like, I'm not leaving, Mum. I mean, like, he cuddles even, like, tighter. Closer.
Okay, well, sure, but just please, just... If she gets worse, you have to tell us, okay? Because we have to help her. Does he respond?
He just nods. And so does Jim. Jim's sitting much like I am now on the chair, just like hands on his knees, just looking like this at that 1,000-yard stare at the ground, and he just nods.
Jim, can I talk to you outside for a moment?
He pauses for that long, and then he slowly just gets up and then walks out of the room.
I sit down where... Well, like, not where exactly he was sitting, but on the bed as well, so I can keep an eye on Mary.
Yeah, he was sitting on the chair. Like,
Oh, the chair.
next
Okay,
to-
right. Sorry, yeah, on the chair. Sorry, yeah. For some reason, I pictured there were two beds in the room.
No, this is a single.
Yeah.
Like outside in the corridor.
Yeah, in the corridor. Okay. And I say to Jim, I say, your dad was sick.
He got better.
He attacked your mum.
He didn't do shit.
He didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything.
Your brother told me otherwise.
Yeah, my brother doesn't know what's going on.
Well, I know that she's injured. I know that she's got an injury on her arm. She's not feeling well either. How long has she been like this for?
She just got sick when we heard her fall down.
You've seen a lot of people getting sick, right?
No, my mum got us out of Auckland as soon as possible.
Yeah. The kids at your school, they would have got sick as well.
Yeah, so?
You can't get sick. You don't want to get sick.
Yeah, no one wants to get sick. But I'm not leaving my mum.
I agree. But you can't be that close. Your brother can't be that close. With where he is now, there's a good chance he's going to get the same cold.
Yeah, well...
You care about your brother, right? You want to make sure that he's safe? You're the big brother. You're meant to protect them, and I know that you would, because that's what big brothers do. I've got a brother. I would do the same thing. I'd make sure that he's safe. Your mum's depending on you to make sure that he is safe. And right now, he isn't safe. There's a chance your mum is going to be fine. But if she isn't, he's in danger. You're allowing him to be in danger.
Well, what do you want me to do then?
We need to give your mum some space.
Yeah, but I can't get him off her.
You're his brother.
He's not.
I'm sure
yeah.
you can try.
Yeah, he's not going to listen to me. He never does.
Well, he's going to have to start to.
Why can't you just pick him up and let's go?
It's going to be better if you do it. Because you're going to need to do it eventually. Because there's a chance that I might not be around to do it as well. I got close to one of those monsters. That's why I'm not hugging anyone.
All right.
But right now, if you want to help him, that will help him. Even if it's just getting him out to come play a game with you. And I promise, you can sit in the room across. We'll all stay out of the room. We'll go in and we'll check, but we can't be that close to her. We need to give her space.
All right, fine.
Thank you.
Right. So he goes back in the room and he's... I'm not going to go word for word, but he does try and convince Josh to let go, and it takes a while. It takes like a good 10 minutes, you know, of them like arguing and
I
stuff.
would probably get out of the room a little bit, like just outside the doorway, and I would just sort of like.
And I would whisper to you.
Yeah.
I would say, the brother's going to take care of him, but we need to watch the kid
like...
now. Yeah. Take care. No, not like you would take care of a kid. No, I say, but we need to watch the kid now. And I'm whispering this. We need to watch the kid. He's been that close to her.
Yeah.
I mean, I had something right in my face. That guy, you saw him. He was right on top of me. I mean, I had my fingers in his head.
Yeah, that was something.
So
to
proximity might be bad, could be bad, but it could vary from case to case. We don't know, but we need to keep an eye on him as well.
We'll
Once
keep
the
an
others
eye
get
on
back, we'll tell them everything.
Sure,
Okay.
yeah, of course.
Right, the kids like do like now come out and like Josh just says, you know, Jim just tells Josh to go downstairs and they'll go like just play on their games, and they start walking down. So what do you want to do like between now and, because you've got about like an hour and a half ish before the guys come back.
I go back towards the window where the binoculars are. Did we manage to find a coffee table in the house at all?
Oh,
that I was able to work on? I know we didn't talk about it, but
Yeah, but like before this. But the other day, so do you also want to spend more time looking around the house looking for stuff?
I'm going to be
yeah,
upstairs. So
sorry, you first?
yeah, I was going to say I'm going to be upstairs. So if you do want to look around, I've got my ear out on Mary.
Okay, well, I would just try to find just clothes in our size.
No.
No?
That's a no. Like both of the old couple were fairly small people. Some of like his clothes might fit you, but he was a bit shorter than you.
Okay. Wow, he must have been
3 foot tall.
Yeah, he's about 3 foot. So I'll have you do a luck check. There is some parts of the laundry list that might be found in the house,
Okay.
and I will have you do a luck check for you. But do you want to have Mary's room door closed or open?
Oh, I would close it. As the kids go downstairs, I would just reach over and just close
Okay.
the door.
So both of you just do a luck check.
Luck is 46. Rolling the dice. I roll a 94 because I'm amazing at rolling things.
36, that's 9 under.
9 under. So at the farmhouse, you don't find a coffee table, but you do find an old metal serving tray, as you said. Leather belts are aplenty. You find some other things like you heard they were talking about. You've also found a couple of watches. You find some gloves, wool and soft leather gloves they were looking for. Some cast iron cooking utensils.
Like what? Like what exactly?
Like a cast iron skillet, a cast iron pot, like a small-ish
Cooking
pot,
stuff
like a
in
camping.
Oh, sorry. Like, speaking of cast iron, like, does this place have a fireplace?
Yes.
Do they have like one of those cast iron pokers?
They have one.
I grabbed that as I'm doing my search. I'm like, this will come in handy.
Are there any kitchen knives as well? As you said, utensils.
Yeah, kitchen. There are some like steak. There are steak knives. This right one, and then there are some like chef's knives, cook's knives. They're all blunt though. You can see like they weren't up to date on their sharpening of their knives, but they are in the house.
All right. If there is a steak knife, or if you find a steak knife, during
We
a time
found
looking
one.
around,
I found one at the firehouse.
okay, all right. I would ask for one at some point.
Do I find more?
Yeah, they've got like a steak knife set, like 6 steak knives.
Cool.
Okay. Right, and then 5 o'clock happens, and the scavenging party returns, and that is where we'll end this episode.
So,
Sorry. How big is this poker? Like this big?
Yeah. So
Okay,
about
cool,
3
perfect.
feet, 3 feet in length.
Perfect. This is mine. I'm definitely holding onto this. Is it one of the ones with like the little hook on the end, or it's just straight?
Just straight.
So
hey,
cool.
It's still cool, and
It's
it will
good.
poke right in. Exactly. And that's
Oh.
what we want. Pokey.
This is a little. You were gonna try to find like a grinder to sharpen your sword, weren't you? Grinder. You're gonna try. And
Yeah,
find
so I mean,
Mustn't-
I've given
no,
it.
we-
I've given
yeah,
it. To
We
him
haven't.
already.
We haven't.
Oh,
found
oh,
it.
we
They
just haven't
didn't
found
find any like in the scavenging.
But
You know, we haven't scavenged that shit yet. Just saying.
Yeah, you have,
It's
like,
true,
you
it's
haven't
true.
had a look at what's in like the garage. I mean, you had a brief look. You know, there's a boat of some quad bikes, and you did see crap hanging on the walls and
I mean,
some
there could be
benches.
like a little side room that we
But,
didn't
yeah.
think was.
But you
too
didn't
much
really
and got a
investigate
little
what's
bit taken
in
so
there.
we do have one more place to have a look at.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Should we do that just before we finish off?
I don't know. That'll be part of next episode.
Okay, well, it's been an interesting episode, and a freaking hell of a surprise for me. I wasn't anticipating that at all, you sneaky guy, you. Yes. But obviously things are really starting to escalate in the house here, and I think I'm now more than ever concerned about my health, because there is a high chance that, we could be going through the same process that Mary seems to be going through right now. We've had a close proximity to her children. She's cooked for us as well, which was very kind, but there is potential for cross-contamination. So I'm feeling a whole heap of conflicting emotions right now, and obviously I'm very shook. I'm hard shook by that message. So that's going to have some impacts as this continues, but let's hope that you all make it back to the house safe and sound, and well, I think we'll be in for an interesting night. This has certainly been a calm before a storm. Perhaps that storm is arriving. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you next week.
That, guys and gals, was the first part to the calm before the storm. There will be 5 episodes taking part in this chapter, so be sure not to miss out in the weeks to come. Those eagle-eyed of you will find a link to the new Deadpool in the description below. Nick has been added into that pool, and if you don't know what it is, it's essentially bragging rights to bet on who the first of us will be to die. So be sure to leave your vote there. With the message I received today, things certainly do not seem to be going well for Charlotte in Toronto. This is without a doubt going to have an impact on me that will last a very, very long time. But we still have a present threat in the form of Mary. And what we do with that threat might doom or save us. We'll find out in the next. I've been Rycon, you have all been awesome, and until next time, stay breathing.